In April this year, a 34-year-old mountain climber, Anurag Maloo, was climbing at Mount Annapurna in Nepal when he fell into a crevasse several hundred meters below. Now he lay there for 3 days in sub-zero temperatures, barely alive. It's an incredible story of survival. Aditya, you interviewed Anurag. Tell us, what was the first thing that struck you about talking to him?
Well, he's a miracle man. You know, the kind of spirit with which he still speaks and the kind of hardships that he has gone through is almost unthinkable. You know, he's perhaps the only person across the globe, across the universe, who has stayed 72 hours inside a crevasse and has survived. Because even when the rescue operation was taking place, it wasn't to actually rescue him. It was to retrieve the dead body.
They thought he had
they thought nobody can survive
and
he has passed away. But when the rescue operation actually was underway and the gentleman actually went inside, he said Anurag was unconscious, but he was still breathing.
Right.
And suddenly, you know, there was cheer among the rescuers and they pulled him up. He was sent to the base camp, then to the hospital locally.
He spent a lot of time in hospital.
Then to Kathmandu. Finally, he had to be airborne to New Delhi. And the Adanis helped with that, with the aircraft. And finally, he spent more than 6 months inside the All India Institute of Medical Sciences. Right. He has a lot of fingers amputated now.
Right.
And, you know, he has a lot of skin that has been crafted out on his body. There's a lot of surgeries that he's undergoing even now. But he says that, you know, perhaps life has given him, the Almighty has given him a chance, not just to narrate this story, but to live upon another day. And to perhaps carry forward this dream. So even this, merely this survival story is an inspiring, journey of how, because I knew Anurag for quite some time. You know, we used to follow each other on social media. And suddenly when I realized one day that this guy had gone missing, I didn't know how to react. And then a group was formed to help and locate him. A lot of people got involved in that entire process. And finally, you know, he was rescued. But it's an incredible journey of a man who comes from a village in Rajasthan. We went there in Krishnaghat near Jaipur. And then actually he is a senior executive in a startup. And you know, he continues to work in that. But at the same time, he had this dream of being a mountaineer to climb all the 8,000 meter peaks. And he says that once he gets well, perhaps he can again begin that journey.
And he wants to go back and complete that.
Not just Annapurna, but other peaks as well.
Fascinating. What a story. And you can watch Anurag's incredible story of survival and more such stories only on News9 Plus. Download the app and watch now. Thanks for watching.
In true way, Annapurna protected me. Annapurna made sure that I come back home and live this life and tell this story to the world. For me, Annapurna is my savior.